aircraft in the National Guard inventory. This is the C-130J. Look at that big attitude as he makes a steep climbing takeoff, simulating gaining as maximum altitude as possible, as much altitude as possible, to get away from an area where there might be hostile ground fire at the perimeter of the airport. That's the C-130J, the evolution of an aircraft that was first released to the United States Air Force inventory over 50 years ago. You'll notice the shape of this aircraft. You get a picture in your mind of the C-130, the length of the fuselage. When you see the C-130E models flying during our combined arms demonstration, you will notice that they appear to be somewhat shorter in the distance from the wing to the tail than does the C-130J. Now we get a good plan form view of the aircraft. Not that the C-130E is a loud, noisy aircraft. We call it the whisper jet. But this one is even quieter so because of its unique six-bladed propellers, a very scientific shape to them. If you take a good close look at the one that's on display in the fan area, you'll notice the very, very interesting curved scimitar shape of the blades of the C-130J. The horsepower of the two airplanes is the same. It's 4,500 horsepower for each of the jet engines driving this. Allison engines on the E model, Rolls-Royce high-technology engines on the J. And even though the horsepower is the same, it gives this aircraft an increase in gross weight of over 9,000 pounds over the C-130E, while burning far less fuel, giving it much greater efficiency. The aircraft that I flew, the C-130E. A little over 3,000 very enjoyable hours. That was during the time that I was fortunate enough to have the best part-time job in the USA. That's as a member of the Air National Guard. You can be doing this too, folks. I urge you to get on over there and talk to the recruiters. They are here. They'd be happy to tell you about the opportunities, not only for prior servicemen and women, but for those of you who want to join the Air Force, become a member of the Rhode Island Air National Guard, or the Rhode Island Army National Guard, what I call the best part-time job in the USA. Here's the J model approaching from the left once again. Listen to the sound of this airplane. Look at the steep pitch attitude that he has. Just don't climb that steeply. Transport aircraft. One of the biggest advantages for the C-130J model is it represents the evolution of the aircraft in efficiency. I talked about the operating economies, the higher altitudes it's able to fly, the further distances it's able to fly, the payload increases that it's able to carry, and also in crew efficiency. The C-130E, a crew of 5. 2 pilots, a navigator, a flight engineer, and a loadmaster. But in the J, just 2 pilots, 1 loadmaster. All the other things are done by electronic systems and computer systems on board the C-130J. Oh, there's a beautiful picture for you. Put your cameras on. The airplane is heading straight towards you now. We're going to show you the bottom of the airplane as he makes a turn to the left right in front of the show's center line. The C-130J of your Rhode Island Air National Guard. Island Army and Air National Guard, both forces serving in Iraq. As we speak, over 500 members of the Rhode Island National Guard deployed in support of our troops, in support of our mission. So as the C-130J of the Rhode Island Air National Guard lands, let's just pause for a moment. Please put your hands together in applause and tribute for the fine job that over 500 of our neighbors are performing right now, members of the Rhode Island National Guard. We're proud of you folks, and we're proud of you for being proud of them. Thank you. If you notice that the nose is pointed down, a steep approach, it seems like they're simulating an assault landing on a strip at an airport that, or an airfield, I should say, that may be surrounded by hostile ground fire close in. So they dive in very steeply. Now watch carefully as he touches down. Note the point of the runway where he touches down, about 1,500 feet down. There's the windy out there. We managed to walk 2 landings out of that one. And able to taxi this airplane backwards with the reverse thrust of the propellers. Back into forward thrust. Brakes on. With the amount of runway left, they could easily take off once again. But they are going to taxi clear of the runway. That was a difference in sound that you heard of the propellers after he touched.